usually to make content that steals all attention in the room. People sometimes have a huge diva like personality, but speaking to you is quite easy. Do you think it's because of so much focus on your craft that when you have a lot of substance, you don't need as much hype? And could we describe your personality like that?
I think I'm pretty easygoing. I'm easy, like easy reachable, and I'm not definitely not a diva. I'm very humble in my work because I'm a perfectionist, and I'm the first one to think that what I do is bad. You know, I don't. I'm I'm constantly just I'm constantly looking at my work, and I'm always the one which will say that it's not enough good. And all the photographers which are working with me know about this. Like, I'm like, no, this is not a good photo. No, no, no. Like, I'm really hard on myself. So, and that comes from ballet because of the perfection needed in ballet life. And you are told non-stop all day that you are not good, and that you're never going to make it, and that you are fat, and that you are this and that. So since my childhood, I was always been, even if you're good, they never told you about it. So this is how I've been raised, and I'm definitely not a diva because I always can be better. I'm my own competition. I don't need to compare myself to others. I'm just pushing myself forward as I can, and yeah, that's why.
Awesome. I think nowadays, if someone has 1,000 followers on Instagram, they now start requesting limousines to get to the shoot. So please, we like
Do they?
we like humble Laetitia. We like the humble one. Oh yes. I've paid for Ubers to the shoot, and it was worth it. They were talented, but humility wins people's hearts way
Oh my god,
better.
that's
What did you
shocking.
think of models before you became one? Did you think it was
Uh,
something that only niche few alien-looking people could do, or is it something
to
anyone
be
can do?
honest, before I started modeling, I have never looked into the industry, the photography industry, the modeling industry, even the fashion industry. Like, it was not my industry. I was into show business and entertainment, and that's what I was into and looking at. So I knew just big names like of models when I was little, like Claudia Schiffer and Naomi Campbell. They were, for me, those are the models. That's the rest are not models. Those are the names I knew just because they were so big um, in my childhood.
But now you've proven more and more people can do it. Hopefully, in future, everyone can do just a little bit of modeling.
I mean, right now on Instagram, there is 1 million models.
Wow.
Everybody can be a model on Instagram. It's
Wow. Hopefully, even more. We need to make the whole world into models. And I like that you mentioned now in modern day, um, more people are using social media and photos are becoming more important, and knowledge about self marketing. It would be fair to say you are particularly good at this. How did you learn this?
um, to be honest, I don't know. I love marketing, but it's not something I'm like, well, I don't know. I like social media and I like marketing, but I do it naturally. I don't really like overthink things. I don't know. I just have some kind of common sense when it comes to it. And like, if I want to sell that, well, then I should speak about it. If I want to sell that, that's how I should promote it. They're just like, I don't know. It just comes naturally, and I just have new ideas every day about how to market myself. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty natural. Yeah, I do keep reading about the new trends now. Like if there is a new Instagram features or a new, something which helps with the algorithm of Instagram, or things which works, which doesn't work, things you have to be careful to post or don't post, or hashtags or whatever. All this, yeah, all this stuff. I do like to keep up to date now with it because I'm using it a lot, and it's good to know what's going on. Or like, for example, Clubhouse now. I don't know if you're on it, but the audio part is becoming huge now with the. So yeah, I just like to keep up to date with what's going on now with social media. But I didn't study marketing or anything. I had no time to study this kind of things. It's just I don't know. It's natural. It's.
I wouldn't have been able to tell. I don't want to give away all your secrets, but the nice thing that you do with the IG Live story and that daily posting and referring back to a year ago, oh, this was a good photo from there. It really curates your content really well, and it's always engaging. And there's always a mention, oh, would you like to collab? Oh, Q&A. Oh, would you like to draw me? It's really managed like a business.
Well, it is a business. It is my main business, and I treat it as a business. That's why, well, like I said before to your earlier question about the 80% and 20%, consistency is the key. And consistency, I'm using it with my social media. So having this recurring post every day of the 2 years ago, 1 year ago, my followers are getting used to it, and they wait for it in the morning, and it's there, And the same, like since I opened my Instagram account, I've posted every day. I didn't miss a day since I opened it in 2018. So it's consistency. That's why it works.
That is incredible. I need to be taking notes as we do this. Your IG profile also follows such a lovely aesthetic, rich with content, no selfies. If they are, I haven't seen them. Mastering that simplicity. Were you influenced by the magazine era? Because the page kind of looks like a magazine.
No, my Instagram feed, I'm very careful about my Instagram feed, and I take time to organize it. Especially now that I have a lot of photo shoots and a lot of photos to pick from to post. So yeah, all my content is only professional photos. I don't, in my feed, yes, on my stories, I post selfies or I talk, but on my feed is all professional. And I do careful about colors, about poses. I mixed yoga, ballet, fitness, portraits, indoor, outdoor. I try to keep shuffle the content, a full body shot, half body shot, frontal body shot, back body shot. All these things I take into consideration. I'm not randomly posting, just like, oh, I like that photo, I'm just gonna post it. No, there's no such a thing happening on my feed. Actually, I'm using an app for that, so I see already how the photos are going to look next to each other. And I, because I'm on the go and I have a lot of things to take care about, I pre-write most of my caption already with my photos. So on the day, it's kind of, sometimes I adjust because I'm like, oh no, today I want to say something else. But most of the time, my posts are ready ahead of time. Now I think I have about 2 to 3 weeks already of posts which are just pending. Yes, that's it's a business, like I said. So you organize it.
Wow, feel like you've really turned into a magazine editor with this massive catalog and really focusing on a really amazing aesthetic. I really also like how in your photos there is not a lot of noise and different things happening. It's very focused on a good texture, an intense pose, and also a caption that suits it well. Moving on from this topic, though, in feeling the impact of, I like to call it the DSLR revolution, when the digital single lens reflex camera really became popular, and also the iPhone camera, where there were now more ways to see content and more ways to make content, but people's attention spans also became a lot shorter. In a
That's
way,
right.
did you adapt to this new way of consuming content? Because early on in the podcast, we talked about how if you wanted to see a show, you'd have to buy a ticket, go to the
Yeah.
theater, and wait for a small part to see a particular dancer for a particular moment. And you'd be like, oh, wow, yeah, that one moment. But now, just going to your IG page, we can really get those moments in time, 24/7. And just how have you felt your experience with this massive change?
Well, I only started photography 3 years ago.
Okay.
So I have only experienced the digital part of photography mostly. I did one photo shoot once with a wet plate, the oldest the
Wow.
oldest system. Yeah. And I had to stay still for 30 seconds in each pose.
What pose were you doing? You
And
were holding the splits?
no, actually, I had the head to my face, and I was
Oh,
like
wow.
landing on my face. And then also we did some portraits, and I couldn't blink. I couldn't blink for 30 seconds.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't move my face at all for 30 seconds. So it was a
Flex
quite
the
challenging
abs.
shoot. But I really enjoyed the shoot because I understood the whole process of developing a photo, and it's not like you can click 100 times. No, just to prepare the plate, it took 30 minutes. Then you install the plate, then you pose and you wait, you hold the pose for 30 seconds. It's a very, very slow process. And you be careful when you click, you know? Not like now you're like with your phone and you're like clicking 100 photos in 1 second, and or with the digital. So it makes you rethink a little bit when you shoot this type of photos, and be careful when you click too much.
Wow.
I've done shoots also on films, a few, and I've done Polaroids a little bit. So also it's like, you be careful when you click.
Almost necessary training if you want to be a performer, because before you couldn't really train like this, but now the benefit is so large. But moving on, and talking about how making a living from dance and modeling is quite challenging. You need to be innovative, creative, versatile, consistent. What can people look forward to on your Patreon and OnlyFans now that you've described this work ethic and this process to get there?
Well, my Patreon and OnlyFans, you get to see, I call them exclusive, because I call them exclusive photos and videos because I don't post them anywhere else than on there. So if you're like a fan of my work and you actually want to see all my work, that's where you need to go, because they will never be posted on any social media, even photographers, because it's part of my contract, they will not publish those photos. So that's the thing. You get access to basically kind of like the same sets I'm already posting on Instagram, but all the others. Because I'm never posting a full set on Instagram. I post maybe the 2, 3 best ones. But sometimes a set can go up to 50 or even 100 photos. So that's what you get to see when you get to my OnlyFans and Patreons. And then also maybe you could see on my Instagram, I'm posting reels sometimes with some behind the scenes. And so that's 15 to 30 seconds, right? The reels are quite short. So on my OnlyFans and Patreons, you get to see the full 6 to 10 minutes full behind the scenes, and it's also uncensored because I can there.
No restrictions.
No restrictions, right? So that's what you get to see there. On my Patreon, I have some tier where I signed also photos. So I ship photos, autograph photos to my fans, personalized. I also ship magazines. I personalize the magazines where I'm featured. Yeah, so you get closer to me, you can chat again, and there are chats there too. Sometimes I do on demand content if it comes into my restrictions. Yeah, so it's just a way of seeing really everything I'm doing. Like today, for example, I've put some stories on Instagram, but obviously there are some stories which are only for my Patreons and my OnlyFans. So there's way more stories, but there.
Wow. And because the Instagram content is so high level, the Patreon is really, really, mind blowing. And I think it's such an interesting
I keep the same
platform.
level. I keep the standard, I'm keeping, it's all professional photos. I don't shoot selfies. I don't shoot with my phone. I don't self-shoot. A lot of models do, but I don't know. I just don't feel like self-shooting. Yeah, so all my content is professional.
Wow. And I think the platform itself is such an amazing tool, because looking back in the day, if you saw a celebrity or someone you admired, to just get, an autograph or a collectible, you had to find them, chase them down in the street. Wait, please sign. And now the convenience to be able to connect with an artist who you admire and really share your input. I think now looking back, how difficult it was to get a VCR magazine of a dancer who you admired. Now you can connect with them. I think that